Picture this. You're the CFO of a giant tech company, just chilling during a layover at the airport, when suddenly, bam, you're arrested, just like in the movies. But this isn't a movie. This is Huawei. Wait, why were you arrested? What's Huawei got to do with espionage? Did her father have a role in this? And most importantly, why should we care about any of this? Hold on, because this one's hotter than an overheated phone playing Mobile Legends on your neighbor's Wi-Fi. Segment 1. Origins. Huawei didn't come out of Silicon Valley. It's not the result of some young startup guys in hoodies sipping coffee at a co-working space. Huawei was born out of the heat of China's economic reforms in the 80s. Huawei's founder, Ren Zhengfei, was born in the remote region of Guizhou, a place so out of the way that even Google Maps used to refuse to open the map. He came from a poor family, joined the military, then the Communist Party, and then, boom. In 1987, he founded Huawei in Shenzhen. At first, they only sold telephone switches, but his ambition was huge, about as big as netizens' egos when arguing in the comment section. Segment 2. Crazy Leadership Style. Huawei was built with a military spirit. Employees were treated like iron soldiers, and the managers were the generals. The office felt like a military boot camp, sleeping on the floor on folding mattresses. Daytime meant working hard. At night, lying down without air conditioning. Ren believed that if you weren't sleeping because you were working, that meant you were being productive. Motivation? Yes. Humane? Well, it seems more suitable for robots. But as a result, Huawei grew incredibly fast. It became a national pride, loved by the party, and started attracting international attention. Segment 3. Entering the dark and bright markets. Want to enter the global market? Easy. The way is, go into countries rarely visited by competitors, like Iraq, Afghanistan, and Iran. Huawei became the go-to choice. They were so serious about it that, back then, getting promoted at Huawei required having worked in a dangerous country. You didn't just send in your CV. You also had to have experience running from bullets or from a hippopotamus. Segment 4. From the office to the palace. Then Huawei got even richer. Salaries went up. The offices became luxurious. There was a swimming pool, the Saddam Palace Hall, full employee facilities, but they still slept on floor mattresses as a symbol of their spirit, or so they said. Until eventually, employees started to collapse. Seriously. Some died from overwork, and there were even cases of suicide. Huawei was successful, but at what cost? Lives. Segment 5. On the U.S. radar. America started to get suspicious. Huawei once worked in sanctioned countries, so why are they now trying to join the 4G project auction in the U.S.? They were afraid that if Huawei controlled the network, maybe we'd be the ones getting spied on. In the end, the U.S. made a report. Huawei and ZTE were deemed untrustworthy. And from then on, the tech Cold War began. Segment 6. The Meng Wanzhou Case. Now, this is where the political drama begins. Meng Wanzhou, Huawei's CFO and Ren's daughter, was arrested in Canada. The U.S. accused her of lying about Huawei's business in Iran through a shell company called Skycom. China immediately retaliated by arresting 2 Canadian citizens. Diplomacy turned into a hostage situation. Both sides started blocking each other, like TikTok versus Reels. Segment 7. Technology versus Ethics. Huawei has also been linked to mass surveillance in Xinjiang. Their facial recognition system can automatically identify Uyghur people. It's called the Uyghur alarm. This isn't a burglar alarm. This is a human ethics alarm. Technology is supposed to make life easier, but in the wrong hands, it can become a tool of oppression. Segment 8. Global Sanctions. Trump imposes sanctions. Huawei is banned from using chips and software from the US. Android. Bye-bye. Snapdragon. Dream. But suddenly in 2023, Huawei released a new smartphone with a chip that they said was impossible for them to have. Where did the chip come from? Make it yourself? Wow. Cloning? Or did they get it from the future? Now the question is Huawei really a threat or just a victim of geopolitical paranoia? What's the difference between a tech company and a tool of the state? And is it really only Huawei that's spying? Are you sure your phone isn't eavesdropping right now? We think we're controlling technology, but maybe technology is actually controlling us. Don't let yourself become a user who's being used.